Oh, that is tight. That is very tight.
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sunshine on Leyth. If you're still enjoying it, drop a like, that would be most delightful. So, we've got European action again today, and this was kind of how the draw panned out. You can see that there's some definitely teams that we would have much rather played. Now, I would say Fiorentina, Sociedad, Wolfsburg, Sporting, probably the strongest sides in this period. You might notice that Motherwell actually got through. I can't remember who they played. They knocked out Stuttgart, amazingly, and Cyril Charrier was sent off. You love to see it. Classic Cyril. So that's the situation here. We're playing Sporting, 2 legs against them. I don't know. I really don't know where we fare, but we're going to give it a bloody good shot. I don't think Wim Billington's going to be strong enough to play the first leg because he's only just returned from his injury. He's only at 90% match condition with very little match fitness. So I might put him on the bench and bring him on. So it might have to be a Lonchar start for us today. But first, memes. Don't forget, you're here forever upon Clive Kimberley returning to the club, and I make sure that he will be this time. And also, West Brom beat Blackhaven, West Brom beat Whitport. Yeah. But at least Blackhaven, I suppose, got the win against them in the second game, as did we. So we had Leyth's revenge, so to speak. But today it's all about Sporting. This is going to be difficult. We know that. But we are the favourites, so maybe they're not as strong as we think, for all we know. End of the day, in order to have been here, they must have come third in their Europa League group. So that doesn't suggest they're in the best of nick right now. In fact, let's have a look. I suppose we could just find out, couldn't we? Let's do the team lineups first, though. I think with Wim Billington's current fitness levels, I am going to put him on the bench. In fact, that automatically puts him on the bench. Anyway, I put Keith Abbott on instead of Grigsby. And Morton instead of Fraser Thompson. No, we kind of need Fraser Thompson on the bench, just as a bit of backup, actually. Brazidi, though, will come in for Europa. Well, I mean, this should tell you all you really need to know. They've not won the league in nearly 10 years. They've only come second once in the last 10 years. A load of third places. And last year, they didn't even come third. Like, that is really saying something. Yeah, they had Wolves and Feyenoord in their group. The only success they had, and to be fair, I'm on their side, is they did beat HJK home and away. Bravo, bravo, Sporting. Fair play. That's all we need, guys. I think the plan for this one is simple. Get an away goal. I think if we can grab an away goal in Portugal, it might give us a shot. But they're clearly not the team they once were, given that they didn't even get into the top 3 in Portugal last season. They did enough to get into the Europa League, so I'm guessing they must have come 4th. But even so, that's still really bad for them. For them to get knocked out in the group stages of the Europa as well, and only scrape past Levski, maybe there is a chance for us here. It would be a hell of a scout for us to beat Sporting. We'd have them chasing the tie from the 3rd minute. Oh, Flammarion's in there. Good defending from him. Now he's going to bring this out to the left-hand side. We'll have to try and cut back inside, and he does. Finds Verteball. Now he's going to make that run. They might not track him, though. Kimberley. Can he dink one out? Balde. And Kaio smashes it. Sporting Lisbon 0. Whitport Athletic 1. Kaio with his 16th goal of the season. He's really tailed off in the league. He's still only got 10. I don't think he's scored for ages in the domestic game, in the league anyway. But, hey, does the job here. Kimberley. Balde comes eventually to Kaio. Defenders all over the shop. Goalkeeper's just on the wrong foot. And we've got our away goal. Big, big goal. I don't think I could have asked for a better start to this game. Once again, we're keeping them out from having any shots, just like against Everton. Kimberley's just... No, he's not going to get that one quite. Or he might. No, not quite. But this is good. They can't score if we don't let them have any shots. That's the theory. And to be fair, that's the best way for us to defend these days, isn't it? Good. Nope. Oh, goal. So it is. So it is. I don't know anymore. Goalkeepers on this game, I think no matter who's in goal, it just... I don't know. Like, why do they sort of jump to the side and then dive back to directly where they were standing in the first place? That was going right at him. We need to create a higher quality of shot. Verteball. But at the very least, it's a draw and we've got an away goal. That's something we can at least rely on. Flammarion. Launcher. Oh, Kaio's on it again. Flammarion will take the assist. Kaio scores his 17th goal of the season now. Well, he's pretty much single-handedly dragging us through European ties now. Doing a fantastic job. Sporting look a little bit all over the place when the ball is just clattered into their box. The defenders don't really know how to handle it, and Kaio's just pouncing on loose balls incredibly efficiently. There's 3 players around in there, and he's just got the finishing. Fair play, mate. There's Duran out on this right-hand side, and Verteball, I mean, Duran has just Duran that right out of play nearly. Verteball down the left-hand side. Come on. Velvik's just been allowed to run and run and run, and Flammarion's now got it. Can he fire one across, perhaps? Or goes back to Velvik. Lots of room for him. Kaio and Kimberley! Oh, a little deflection, I think, on that from Lonchar. Only 318 away fans, surprisingly. Considering we normally take 3,000 every Premier League game, it's actually surprisingly low for us in Europe, but there you go. Balde, nice ball for Kaio, actually. Can he get the touch? He can. Flammarion. Somebody just needs to take this on. Kaio, Balde, and it's just over there again. Dinking through. Balde's header at the back post. This time it does come off. It's 3-1 in Portugal. Saliu Balde scores his 10th goal of the season. Another assist for Caio. He has been fantastic tonight. 2 goals for him himself, and now he's going to set this one up. Just drives to the byline, gets that ball across, and Balde this time is able to outjump the fullback and makes it 3-1. That's huge. And it would be nice to batter Sporting over 2 legs. Fulmar just driving forward. Nobody going near him. And Lonchar's in there. And it is so easy. It's 4-1 to Whitport now. Milan Lonchar scores his 20th goal of the season. And I think that is his first goal in Europe for us. But this was just so easy. The defender just doesn't even bother with Flamarion. He's just able to get free reign all the way down here. Has tons of time to pick out Lonchar. And that is just a really nice little header. Keeper could have done better, but it's 4-1. Flick down, and Milan Lonchar's just taken that off the defender's toe. Gets back on his right foot, and a good save from the goalkeeper. That was our first real big chance of the night somehow. We're going to get Win Billington on for the final 20 minutes. He deserves it. We've got this game, the game itself anyway, pretty much in the bag. Ty maybe not. So we'll just see what Win can come up with in the final 20 minutes. If we can just see out the final couple of minutes. Caio. Oh, Billington! Billington again, and it is now 5-1 away in Portugal. We're 5-1 up, and Win Billington scores his 13th goal of the season. He's come off the bench as a substitute, and he's immediately got into the goals. Really good. That keeps his chances of being top scorer in this tournament firmly in play. Goalkeeper's on the floor, to be fair, but it doesn't matter because he had to get that shot away, and he does. 13 for the year for Win. We've taken this tournament by storm today. We're almost basically through to the next round as it is, barring, I mean, they'd literally have to score 5 goals, probably. The chance of us not scoring at home against them is very, very slim. So I'm incredibly impressed with the way we handle ourselves today. Particularly after they'd equalised in this match, to really fight back and show that kind of power to get the result. Caio was sensational. Winnie off the bench to do his thing. You love to see it. Right, back in a sec for the second leg. There's going to be some changes to that squad though. Right guys, we're back. I decided to make a call, and we only had 1 game in between the 2 Sporting games, and it was an FA Cup game against Palace. So I thought, you know what, we'll do a bigger chunk because it was assumed that we'd probably get through. So that's exactly what I did, and it's ended up becoming quite a big chunk. More on that in a minute. So, first game was the FA Cup match against Palace. I'm pretty certain this was, well, our 3rd draw in the FA Cup. Thunderous strike from Amrani to give Palace the lead. Thankfully, though, we were able to bail ourselves out in the second half by grabbing ourselves a lovely little equaliser here. Lashka rolls it back for Vertelboer, who just pops one in the bottom corner for 1-1 at Selhurst Park. We then had our second leg against Sporting. Billington gave us the lead just before half-time. Of course he did. But then we were able to grab another one almost immediately afterwards. We were down to 10 men at this point, remember, as well. Keith Abbott got himself red-carded as Simon Nelson made it 2-0 and 7-1 on aggregate. There was still time for us to grab another one in the second half, though. Dale Connor playing as an auxiliary right-back because Veldwijk tore cruciate ligaments out for 7 months, meaning that Connor had to cover for us here, unfortunately. But we did concede one. Yangbo with a brilliant free kick on the goalkeeper's side. 8-2 on aggregate, though. As we do slide through to the next round, where we drew Lokomotiv Moscow. That's who we're going to be playing in today's live com now, the second live com. So, yeah, we've gone away. We then had our replay against Palace, and we're able to get through. Embarrassing goalkeeping here from, I mean, just a bit unlucky. Hits him twice, goes in. Lonchar will sort of credit it. But then Caio with a lovely ball across to Flamarion here, driving towards the net to make it 2-0 here. Just a really good finish from Flamarion, to be fair. Bottom corner, 2-0, heading through. Palace did get one back late on through Archie Buck, sadly. Got into space here, and he's just hammered this home. Nothing Ellison could do about that. 2-1 into the next round. That's our 3rd successive FA Cup tie that's required a replay. So naturally thought, why not have another one? Kang Tae-ho with another brilliant... We've conceded so many direct free kicks this season. It's strange. Thankfully, though, a really good performance from us on the night. Eventually, we got what we deserved on the night, but it took a while. Lonchar eventually was played through by the Watford defender to give us the draw here. But it means that we'll go to a 4 FA Cup ties, and all of them have now gone to replays. But to be fair to us, we played very, very well and won our 4th consecutive replay as things go. Eventually, the ball comes back there, blocked all over the box, but Caio was able to put it in as we beat Watford to reach the FA Cup semi-final, where we will play Leeds United. There's a real chance at an FA Cup final in here. And we've played it eight times in the FA Cup this season. 8 games. We played 3 consecutive FA Cup matches as well, before finally returning to the Premier League, where sadly we were beaten 1-0 at home by Man United. This was a problem. I think we were pretty good on night. Haaland just puts it in. I think we were the better side, and probably on another day we get something from this game, or at least a point, but that's just the way it is, unfortunately. We played 6 games off camera, and only one of them was actually in the league. 4 FA Cup matches, and of course the game against Sporting Lisbon. But honestly, the league hasn't really changed all that much. We currently sit 7th, but we do have 2 games in hand over both the sides above us, which would allow us to leapfrog them both if we win, and our next game is against Fulham, bottom of the league Fulham, so that should be in the bag. So in theory, we should be able to get back above Watford, probably, with that to get us back in that fight for 5th place. It still seems, though, to be fair, if we won both of them, we'd be right back into a fight for the Champions League, as Liverpool are struggling. They sacked their manager, and that final Champions League spot is still up for grabs, you see. Blackhaven finally picks up a couple of victories. They beat Leicester, and there was another win they got as well. I can't remember who it was even against at this point, but they did pick up another victory in there too. They've played a few more games than the teams below them, but they've got a 5-point gap now. 5 games to go, 5-point gap. They finally sort of picked up a bit of form. Leicester City have scored a decent number of goals this season, to be fair, but suffer from the same problems as Blackhaven, it would seem. But today, we play Locomotive. This is how it is. Nantes versus Fiorentina. Motherwell versus Red Star. Imagine seeing one of these two, and we're going to, in a semi-final. And if we get through, we will play the winner of Wolfsburg versus Sociedad. So not going to be easy by any stretch, but hey, you never know. One thing as well I've been trying out, now I'm not going to do it for today's game, because I feel like this is super duper important. I didn't try against Man United, I don't think, was swapping the strikers over and having the roles change. Because I want to see if I can get Lonchar on his wrong foot, but I don't think it made much difference. The one thing I noticed when we put him here is that he then wasn't getting the chances he was on his left foot, which is frustrating. Well, the way they're most successful is when they get on their right foot coming across here, but unfortunately when you actually put them on the right hand side, they don't seem to get those chances. It's a weird one, that, but that's the way things are. So Wim Billington, of course, will come in because it's Europe. He is our designated European striker. Clive Kimberley, who has sat out for a game, I think, will come back in. Franz, slightly worse for wear, so actually no, I'm going to start, where is he? I'm going to start Lashka here. I played him here out of necessity in one game. He was unbelievable. He had like 8 key passes. So I want to see if he can actually do the job there. And then Metalla will come in here. Unfortunately, with Veldwijk out, we're relying on Sebastian Chan, which is a bit of a problem and an area we're definitely going to have to look into in the summer, I feel like. So Brazidi will come in there as well. That's what we're going to go with. We've got to set down a score here. The end of this season is really hotting up. That's all I can say. We're still fighting on a lot of fronts. I feel like there's a real shot at a semi-final here, semi-final of the FA Cup. It's all in all going to be a hell of a season for us, but I just don't want it to end in disappointment with us ended up going only 7th in the league or something after all that. Although at the end of the day, we're still going to have a much better points total than we did last year. So I guess we could sleep easy knowing that, I suppose. If we were to get through, of course. Lonchar, though, with a point to prove, because he has not scored for a little while. Can he take his man on? Cuts through. Oh, Milan Lonchar, and he just needs to slip that home, but he doesn't quite get it off. That's a shame. I'm going to be very interested in what happens in the Motherwell Red Star game. Oh, what a save. Okay, good start from us. Because the fact that Motherwell or Red Star could be about to be in a semi-final of a European competition. Now, obviously, it's happened in the past with Red Star, of course. But that was a long time ago. And Motherwell are in front. But it does look like we've got their number, so to speak. Lonchar, just cutting through challenges himself here, and Lonchar gets the shot away. 9 shots on target in 20 minutes. And now Kayo's got it, and we could potentially have a chance here. Florian's through, and it's again saved. Their goalkeeper has made 11 saves in 20 minutes. Metalla now, oh, he can't save that one, though. It's been coming. We have been unbelievable so far. 9 goals for the season for Metalla. Grabs one in Europe and gives us the lead here, but this has been the start that we needed. This is the revenge, well, not even revenge. This is just the response after the Manchester United result. We are up for it tonight. I suppose they've kind of had to after the way they've started. Lonchar. Lashka, oh, and it's in. Rui Lashka makes it 2-0. And yeah, the floodgates are starting to open now. An assist for Flamarion. Lashka playing in a slightly different role, but I do think it will allow him a bit more. I mean, part of me's even tempted to change that role for next season, maybe. Move Fran a little bit deeper so he can play balls from the back and allow Rui Lashka to play alongside Clive Kimberley, because there's definitely something to be said for that, I think. Clear for Kayo. Nice ball for Lonchar. He's going to be on his wrong foot, but he could probably have time to get this back on the correct one, and it's another good save from the goalkeeper. Lonchar will keep this in play. But I do realise they're probably a lower quality of opposition than what we actually faced in the last round. And we might have... this is our reward for getting past Sporting, although to be fair, that was actually somewhat easier than I thought it would be. It's Kramer out on the right-hand side. I wonder if that's the same Kramer that played for Black... It is Christian Kramer. That's offside, I think. That's the same guy that was on loan at Blackhaven a few seasons ago, and now he's playing for Lokomotiv Moscow. A strange career, I'd say. Must just have been a narrowly offside there. Oh, that is tight. That is very tight. I think Em just heard me yell that expression from downstairs, and I can hear her laughing in the background. Kimberley nicking inside, and Abarakov makes the big stop. Nelson goes past 4 people. Might be go for number 5, goes for Kayo instead. Good save from the goalkeeper once again, and I mean, how is this only 2-0? Only winning this 2-0 feels like a defeat in some ways. All right, he's got to find the pass here. It's a completely open net for... Oh, okay. I mean, the pass wasn't excellent. I will give him that. Remember that for all our bluster in this match, 13 chances created. The goals have come from a set piece with the header and a long shot from Lashka. It's nuts. But that's how it goes, and we're going to have to take what we can get today. Hopefully this will come around for us at some point where we actually can start taking some of these chances. Flamarion out for Chan, or a late goal to make it 3-0 would be very, very nice. 3-0 feels so much more comfortable than 2-0. Costa. Well, they're going to get the win, and it does bode well for the second leg, but I would have liked to have maybe seen a third goal. I mean, it's not too much to ask from that. The 14 opportunities, probably we could have taken, I don't know, one of them, because I don't think either of the 2 goals would have actually counted as chances, but there you go. But we will have to make do. So next episode, I actually don't know how we're going to structure this. I'm going to come back for the Lokomotiv Moscow second leg, or should we just start with the Leeds United game? Because that's an FA Cup semi-final. I really don't know where to go with it. There's going to be a lot of mishmash for the next couple of episodes. But we've had a couple of nice big chunks. I just didn't want to shortchange you guys on an episode that literally would have been those 3 games. And I don't feel like that's enough to put in a full episode. So that's why we've done a load more. So I hope you can appreciate that. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, we're still through, by the looks of it, in Europe, which is looking good. Yeah, drop a like. That'd be sick. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow for more of this madness. Thank you so much for watching. Hold you guys.